Disclaimer, copyrights enforced. The following is based on true events, facts, fiction, second-party observations, nonsense, hearsay, bullshit. You be the judge. One thing we guarantee is 100% pure entertainment. All names, places, persons, and things, etc. have been changed for privacy issues. This show is R-rated, may contain obscene language, nudity, not for persons under 18. Please listen responsibly. I'm ready, bros. I'm ready. Okay, fuck that. Okay, Blowhard Talkhard with Julian and his co-host
Rymer.
Rymer.
How you doing?
I'm very well, my friend. How are you?
I'm excited to get this podcast started. It's gonna be a wild adventure.
Me too, buddy. Me too. It's gonna be not only wild. It's gonna be outside the box. We are taking it to the next level.
We are. Like, we met a long time ago.
Yeah, it's been about 8-9 years now.
And and every time we've hung out, man, there'd always be these crazy, wild stories that you would talk about, and I go, that shit just blew my mind because I'm naive to the world beyond. I don't know. Just
well, put it this way, I'm not
comedy.
See, you are into that you are in the entertainment field as a comedian, etc.
Yeah.
Me, I've never done anything like this. Like, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I have the stories, but I don't have the experience.
Yeah, and like I would reenact the stories that you have told.
There you go.
And you're like a first-hand resource.
But I figure I'm good enough. I think people are gonna love it. The stories tell themselves.
Yeah.
It's not about who says them.
No, they're like wild and crazy adventures, and I'm blown away. Like, my jaw drops, and I'm sure our listeners are gonna go, "What the fuck?"
We're gonna hit them hard, man. We're gonna people are gonna be be shaking their head and saying, "Did they just fucking say that?"
Yeah.
And there's some serious kink stories, some serious alcohol stories with the industry, some stripper stories. I don't know, man, like stag party stories.
Yeah, booze, gambling,
Bad
late
guys,
nights.
good guys.
For sure,
Oh,
bad
fuck.
girls, good girls.
No, girls are always bad.
and always so good, and always so good.
They're good, but they're bad.
Yeah,
Whatever.
we're gonna talk about women in power, powerful women.
Yeah, it's we're gonna cover it all.
Yeah.
I feel very excited. I want every Friday we're gonna release a brand new episode. No holds barred. We're going for it.
I know, and this is our first episode. We're about to kick it off, like right now, right here in the studio.
That's it. I feel it. If there was champagne in right now, I'd smash the bottle on your head.
Well, wait a minute.
I'm joking, man.
We drink the champagne first.
We pop. That was one of the stag stories I was going to tell you down the road. The guy gives him a bottle. Never mind.
Okay.
Stop now. But yeah, I'm very excited. Episode 1's going to be good.
All right, why don't we get right into this and get this thing started?
Sounds good to me, brother. Okay.
So where should we begin? What do you got?
I got a good story, actually. It's about this beautiful 20 out of 10 blonde girl. Worked at my buddy's agency. Spectacular. Like, you couldn't find one thing wrong with her. Hot as fuck.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What is it, blonde?
Blonde hair, just absolutely stunning. She walks in the room, you fucking lose your mind. So, what did she do? She worked once a week, fully booked every shift, like automatically.
She's popular.
Too
People like her.
Too popular.
Okay.
So
She worked once a week?
yeah, because this wasn't like, it was like a pass. She went to school too, so she wasn't a full timer, but
Right.
so her bookings were unlimited and quick. People, we'd say no more, it was out of control, actually.
It's not like a supply and demand. Like, she's just keeping the supply limited to increase the demand.
No. She worked every day, she'd be full. She was like the girl when you go to a concert and the tickets sell out in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Once you put her on schedule, she'd be booked in 5 minutes, like for the week, like that one shift.
Incredible.
So if she had 2 more days on, she would have been fully booked those days too. But the funny thing is that you say that is, we'd get her the 5 people, and then 2 weeks later, she'd go, I want 5 different. I go, why?
So she had like 5 regulars?
5 regulars, exactly. Like, they'd book automatically, the phone person would just book them because it's easy.
Yeah.
She goes, I want 5 different. And I'd be like, why? Money's on the table. Why are you trying? She goes, it's boring. I go,
She wanted variety.
exactly. She wanted, not really variety. Yeah, exactly, variety, yes. She wanted a different cock from a different person.
Okay.
So she didn't care. She just wanted different. She didn't want the same guy. It wasn't about the money. That's what I'm thinking.
Right.
Because if it was about the money, just do it and get it over with. But to have different people come, it's
Literally.
about the experience. Yeah. Yes, I guess they did come. But to want different people, that means you want more different dick, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, you idiot.
I'm not going to argue with on that. I'm not going to question it.
Okay, I'm not a psychologist. Everybody, we know that, right? Okay. So that was my theory. Why do you want it? But anyways, it wasn't an issue because, again, she filled up easily. She had a waiting list. So continuing with her, she started dating a pro hockey player. And this guy was making $5 million a year.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, wow, this is great. She liked the guy. He liked her. She'd be part of the wives club, going to the seats where the wives would sit, do the functions with the team. And
okay, she's a well-respected.
well, she's accepted in that thing, and you can't do that. They won't let you in that circle unless you're a part of the team, like a serious girlfriend, not like just a girl that blows you.
Right.
So
she's like, "Go team, go!" And she's just bringing the spirit in to make it. He's winning if she's cheering.
well, you ever see those hockey players' wives are pretty hot? You know what I'm saying? And she fit the bill. She was a lot younger than the other ones. Well, the other ones were like, I don't know, how old was it, 35, 30? She was like in her early 20s, but she fit in. She was very mature, very classy. But yeah, so she was part of that. But anyways, he got traded after to the West Coast.
Okay.
So she was still living here. Her family's here. So she's working here, still working, by the way.
Okay.
And she's got a $5 million man.
Okay.
Why are you working?
Is he knows this?
No, of course not. It's all on the side, the 1 day a week thing.
Right.
So
So does he think he's actually got a girlfriend? Or
Yes.
he's okay.
yes. Well, remember, she was part of the fan club, the group of wives and everything. So yeah, it was his girlfriend. They were, I don't know if they were living together. I think they were when he was here.
Yeah.
They'd live, like they sleep. But you know, these guys are on the road all the time, right?
So like once a week while they were living together, she was just making her own income.
Yeah, but again, it wasn't about the money. I don't think so, man. I think she just liked him, man. It was, obviously the money helps, but
She's an independent woman.
well, I don't know if you're independent when your guy's making $5 million. But when she used to go down to the West Coast, she paid for her own ticket, and I'm like, why are you doing that? Like, why don't you make him pay? He's got a fucking visa.
Yeah.
But
$5 million.
she was definitely not a gold digger. But she was more of a, she goes, I don't care, I don't want his money. And then I used to tell her, get pregnant. She goes, what do you mean?
Why that? Why are you telling me?
I go, get pregnant, leave him. You have a baby, he's going to pay you child support. You're set for life. You're 22. By 25, you're like, you have a lot of money. What else are you going to do? Right? Good strategy?
Sure. What would,
I think that was a great plan, great
that was
advice.
a career plan, like I'm going to university in the hopes of.
Listen, if you're 22, she was going to school. She wasn't a dummy, but you have an opportunity to get pregnant by some guy, some idiot, and he's going to have to pay you child support, which is not going to be $800 a month, and you're not going to have to chase him down. He's going to probably give you $5,000, $10,000 a month.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Would I? No. Why are you asking me if I'm going to do it?
So, like,
No, I'm not
okay,
having babies.
I'm not asking if you would do it. I'm
Can't
just in
afford it, I'm
general,
already-
would you do it? Of course I would, but she didn't because she was the type of girl that would pay her own ticket. She was not that evilness.
Right. She's a class act.
I don't know if she's like that. That doesn't categorize to me classy. I call that stupid because you got to take the money. Money doesn't come every day, my friend.
But she wasn't doing this for the money. She was doing this.
But again, now what does she have?
I don't know. What does she have now?
Well, I don't. She doesn't work in the industry, that's for sure.
Okay. So what does she do?
What does she do as a job for the job?
Yeah.
Well, I think she works in some sort of chain restaurant.
Okay.
Like-
That's a.
Server? I don't know. She told me she's assistant manager. To me, that means server.
Yeah.
How much do they make? $100 a day, $150 a day?
Sure. Tips are good.
Yeah, tips are good. Yeah, that was a good, but overall, she was very beautiful, very nice, had an opportunity, worked for a couple of years behind his back. She found his phone one time.
Okay.
This is when they started to argue.
This is when he moved to the West Coast? Or
Yeah. They used to go to those parties over there with the VIP section. Her girlfriend used to say, bring me. And she couldn't because they wouldn't allow other girls to come in.
Okay.
Because they knew the other girls are gold diggers.
Right.
So,
And these are just like farm boys, and they'd be like, "Oh, pretty girl."
yeah, but those guys, when they went to the West Coast, they were always hanging out with other people too. Because they're hockey, the other guys were basket, the other guys were rappers. They had a big, like,
So
anytime.
the pros hang with the pros.
Yeah, pretty much. And they have all their girls, so they don't want outside girls because they can't trust them. Instagram, this, that, you know what I mean?
It's incredible. Can you imagine being in that room, just like all that, like just fucking pro athlete testosterone? Just like,
That's why they wouldn't allow any
beast
other
mode.
people because that's the thing.
Yeah.
Other people just don't appreciate and they probably try to get in there and just,
Cause problems.
well, for your girl, you probably just try to, what's the word I'm looking for here? They're gonna try to take.
Yeah.
They didn't like those people. Anyways, she went down there, but she found his phone opened. And in his phone, she went through it. He had all kinds of escorts numbers, all these players. Like I told her, like, are you surprised? I know girls here who they get the basketball NBA players. They come to Toronto to play the Raptors. The guy comes here, he calls her, has her private number, gives her $2,000, bangs her. And then the other guy, baseball players, that's what they do, man. When you go out of town, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
These guys are young guys, 28, 29.
Pro athletes, a lot of testosterone, feeling like champions. They gotta find a release. Yeah, stay on top of their game.
But she found her, when she found that they started arguing, he started putting her down, insulting her. You're not that attractive, blah, blah, blah. You're fat. I'm like, wow, I got this girl. He was just trying to be an asshole after. So, you know, her revenge was to come back home here and fuck harder. I go, what do you mean?
Like more or harder?
Her words were, I'm going to come and show him. So I guess she said harder. I don't know what that means. She didn't work more.
She sent photos out, just going, yeah, look at this, I'm doing it harder.
No, that's the thing. I go, okay, you're doing the revenge harder thing. But you're banging guys are harder. These guys are freaking out. But at the end, he doesn't know this. So you're not really getting revenge. And then she was just looking. But again, it was all in her mind. She was, as long as she felt good and she felt like she was getting back at him in her own way, it made her complete. That's it. Everybody probably was shaking, what is he talking about? Again, we're not psychologists, and don't make that wisecrack again, because I'll freak out. When you say everybody knows that I'm not a psychologist, obviously, we know this.
No, I had no idea.
You don't have a PhD, right?
No, clearly I do not. I don't, do you?
I do.
Oh yeah, what?
What?
What PhD? Party house doctor.
What's PhD stand for, first of all?
For a doctor.
Oh yeah, that's what I got, man.
Yeah, doctor.
You know, funny story, my buddy. And you know what? He got a Visa card. And for some strange reason, he put, instead of Mr., he put doctor.
Oh.
So doctor, blank, blank.
The thing is, you can get a doctor in anything. You can become like a doctor of music or a doctor of medicine, obviously, a doctor of, the sciences or library arts.
Listen, I have a PhD. That's it. I went to school. I'm very educated.
Yeah.
Like I went to like a high school, college. I walked by a lot of colleges.
Yes.
I visited like a lot of a
lot of higher learning.
Yes, I walked by a lot of like high-end universities in the States. Like I, had a few drinks. Talked to some girls. So I am educated, brother.
Yes. An international man of education.
I was considering going to Germany to what's that when you go for more education? What's that
upgrading?
Called? Not upgrading. There's a term when you want to I guess it is called upgrading. Yeah. Oh yeah. I wanted to get my PhD to a what?
What's your PhD? There's nothing else. You can go for master's.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go for a master's. Yes. That's my next thing. Next year I'll have my master's completed. Anyways, okay. Back to the topic. So that was her thing. Great girl summary. She had it all, money, guy, and then at the end, I told her to get pregnant. Like I said, she didn't want to.
Right.
And left it all behind. At the end, she's working at some place up there, wherever, like one of those chain bars. And that's pretty much the story of usually a rich, she should have came out of that with a lot more.
Yeah. This is the thing. When I think of the athletes, and they make the news once in a while. Like remember when A-Rod made the news for having a girl here in Toronto, and people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And it, I guess.
Oh, it's so common.
It's so common. It happens everywhere.
I know the few baseball player guys, professional baseball players. Yeah. They'd go every Sunday night to a bar, sit in the corner. It was and they'd do lines, 2-3 escorts beside them, drink. Every Sunday, it was a routine.
Incredible. And nobody.
They were
a private place. Is it kind of like?
It was an open. It was a real place, but they were always in the VIP in the back. You couldn't really see them.
Okay.
But they just like it, man. You have to go out. You're playing every day. You think they just play baseball and that's it?
You go home and read the newspaper.
Especially the guys the guys who weren't married.
Right.
They're pretty wild, right? So.
As you would, and very rarely. I can't think of any immediate situation where you hear about someone getting pregnant, right? From a
because they pay that stuff out, man.
Yeah.
What happened to that the other pitcher from that team that beat up his wife? It happens, man. These guys, a lot of stuff happens. You know what? They don't want to publicize it. It's like People, when they go to the subway, they jump in. They don't tell you every day they jump in the subway because it gives other people ideas to jump in too. Every day somebody supposedly jumps.
Yeah.
So, but how many do you ever hear? Do you ever read about it? No.
No, they used to never report that stuff.
And they still don't.
Or even record it.
Yeah, they don't want to because it gives other people things. So if you're a big owner, would you want that about your player to get out? No.
No. But they know where to go.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But again, she should have came out of this deal, out of her experience, with a lot more than she got. Like, she came out with nothing at the end.
Right. She was just doing it for love? Or what was?
Love, I guess she did it for lust, for her own, I don't know. But
adventure.
At the end, she should have had a bank. She should have had a bank. And from him, she should have had a bank. At the end of the day, that's it. No money, no more funny. Yeah. She's working as a server.
And the lesson here is do not leave your cell phone unlocked.
Well, that's the guy. She didn't leave that, but she got revenge, remember?
Yeah.
Hard. She fucked the guys harder.
And the only thing that's missing when you're getting revenge is you have to let the other person know that revenge is taking place.
That's number one, what I told her.
But it's like a practical joke. It's like if you're not there to see it, it's not funny.
My revenge is I'm gonna fuck harder, and that's it. But you're not gonna know about it. Anyways, let's take a little commercial break.
All right.
And we'll be back. Me, Julian, Rymer, we'll be back. And our part 2 is gonna be pretty cool.
Cool.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, Rymer here. Take a moment to, and I beg and plead and ask and all those great things for our listeners. For this call to action, rate, review, subscribe, etc. Because, well, why not? So please do and thank you.
Did you mention comments?
Yeah, there'll be plenty of opportunity for you to make comments in whatever medium that you're listening to this in, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter,
etc. All platforms, people. Ding, ding. One time, I forget where we were going, but anyways, we went to we met this beautiful Latino. It was me and my 2 buddies. So we made like a little whatever, and we went over to his place, and he had a dog, but it was 40 degrees August, very hot day. So he put his dog in the backyard, and
yeah,
he puts the dog in the backyard because the dog is like just he freaks out when it sees new people.
Yeah.
So we need 2 hours, 3 hours. So he put her in the backyard. So the girl's, like I said, is like, I didn't say it, but she's wearing like a little baby shorts, crop top, hot fucking Selma Hayek kind of looking Latina. Beautiful. So all of a sudden, the dog's in the backyard. We do our thing, whatever. Now the dog, you could hear it clawing at the back door. And I'm like, okay, my buddy lets the dog back in. So she's already just putting up her shorts. At the same time, he lets the dog in. This dog is a pit bull. It's like big muscle. It runs into the house,
right,
from the basement, charges her. Like, not charges her to bite her, just jumps like he's a friendly dog.
Yeah.
But big, jumps right on top of her. What does she do? She doesn't get nervous, pulls her shorts back down.
Right.
And we're like just looking at each other going, okay. And the dog starts eating her. And
What?
she's just opening up her legs going, go ahead. And me and my buddies are like, is this happening?
Wow.
And then my buddy's like, what the fuck? I go, hey, man, you can see nobody, we never encourage this. We're not mental. We don't into bestiality. Then the kicker, what's the kicker?
She finishes?
No, not even close. She did when you're getting a blowjob, you do a reach around to touch the broad's pussy or something.
Okay.
She reached around and started fingering the dog in its ass. And then the dog's like, what the fuck is going on? And then I could see that the dog was struggling and wanted out, but she kept holding the dog there, maybe till she finished. And my buddy's like, hey man, this is my dog. And I'm like, hey, as you know, again, repeat, I didn't encourage this. Nobody did. This broad is nuts. She's into bestiality, I guess. What are we doing with this broad? And he was like, oh. And then we just got, anyways, it stopped pretty much a couple of minutes. And then it was like, get the fuck out of here, man. And
I'm trying to imagine what the dog is thinking, going.
The dog was pulling away.
The dog's like, man, I can't believe I'm like this hot woman and I'm licking her pussy, and now, oh, well, what the fuck?
She crossed the line. The girl crossed and started to double finger my asshole. The dog wanted out, and she was holding it there. And I'm like, okay, you're fucking fingering my buddy's pit bull in the ass.
Wow.
While girls usually panic when they see a dog like that.
Yeah.
But no, she wanted it. Anyways, Julian's another fucking retarded story. That's it. Blowhard Talkhard, whatever you want to do with it. I know what an octopus is,
Yeah.
but what are you talking
Tentacles
about?
get all the orifices, does all the touching at once.
Enough.
Okay.
Stop.
I can't believe I'm shocking you.